The air in our lungs. What happens when you take in a breath of air? Each breath you take is full of thousands of particles, but what happens to them depends on how big or small the particles are. When you breathe in larger particles like pollen, grains of sand, large lumps of dust, the particles are likely to get stuck or captured before they go too far into the lung. They may get stuck in nose hairs, or in snotty mucus, or in your saliva. If they get to the end of the trachea or windpipe, they enter the bronchi, which start branching and getting narrower and narrower. Eventually, they can go no further. The walls of the trachea are lined with tiny hairs called cilia, which work to trap particles and waft them back up the trachea to the throat, where they are then swallowed without us ever being aware of it. But smaller particles are better able to evade our natural defenses, fit through the thinner bronchial tube, and turn around sharp corners. Particles like smaller dust and sea salt crystals will make it as far as the bronchioles. The smallest particles, like soot, ultrafine particles from burning fuels, can make it all the way to the alveoli, the base of the lungs, where oxygen is transferred to the bloodstream. There, the body will try to protect itself from the invading particles, but our defenses can easily be overloaded if we have breathed in too many. This allows some particles to get into the bloodstream and invade other parts of the body. To get beyond the trachea and into the bronchioles, particles normally need to be smaller than 10 microns. A micron is 1,000th of a millimeter. We call such particles PM10. To reach the alveoli at the base of the lungs, particles usually need to be smaller than 2.5 microns. We call such particles PM2.5. By comparison, a human hair is around 40 to 80 microns in diameter. The air usually contains many more small PM2.5 particles than larger PM10 particles. Were you paying attention? Why not try our quiz? And have you played Silly Cilia? You'll find them on the AirAware website.